The reason why the dating pool is so trash is because of us. The women, I'm gonna explain. Women are so brainwashed that if you're...
Whoa, wait a minute. It sounds like this woman is about to spit some fire. Oh my gosh, a woman that is admitting that women are the problem in dating? Oh my gosh. Now listen, I want to welcome you guys to another episode of Good Advice. Ladies, tell me that you're listening. Please tell me that you're listening. Today's question is, why did women make dating trash, and is there anything that can fix this? Comment your thoughts under this video. Now, we're gonna definitely finish this video because I believe this woman is about to spit some fire. Plus, things like this usually sound better when a woman says it. So make sure you join the conversation. Like the video, then subscribe to the channel because I'm posting daily content. My name is Bertrand. I am the coolest dude on the planet, and I'm your friend. Confidence and clarity is the goal. So here we go.
The reason why the dating pool is so trash is because of us. The women, I'm gonna explain. Women are so brainwashed that if you're single and that you're not committed or have a ring on your finger, that you could talk to whoever you want to talk to. You could date who you want to date. You can have sex with who you want to have sex with. We're brainwashed to think that. Listen, ladies, when I tell y'all, that's nasty.
Is anybody else roster up right now? Like, my starting five are ass. And if you're a part of my starting five, you're cut. You're cut. This is getting ridiculous. Summer 2025 is right down the street and you guys are acting up.
It says a lot about us as women if we feel like just because we're not in a committed relationship that we could do whatever the we want. Why is it that what we want is to be outside? Why is it that what we want is to have a roster? That's a problem. And then y'all wonder why men treat us how they treat us is because we treat ourselves like this. Hear me out.
I shouldn't have to ask for his permission. I shouldn't ask for his permission.
No thing on, just titties out.
Mine not saying my titties out.
He's
saying if I wear
it. Hear me out. Treat yourself as if you're sitting on the right hand side of God. If you...
Oh my God. This woman is spitting fire. And she looks like a young woman. This does not sound like the Vivica A. Foxes and all the other older women that I've did videos on. Like, this woman looks young. Like, she's somewhere in the beginning of her 20s. Not the end of her 20s. Definitely not in her 30s. Definitely not in her 40s. This woman is young. I'm loving it. Let's continue.
If you treat yourself like that, you will require a lot more from men and a lot more for yourself. We need to be untouchable, women. We need to make these men start working for it again. And I'm not even talking about the kitty. I don't care if you're single. Y'all need to walk around here as if you're untouchable. You do not need to have these men having access to you. I don't care what y'all say. Men just gonna be men. No, men are gonna be who you allow them to be. And if you allow them to keep coming back, if you allow them to talk to you crazy, if you allow them to keep getting the cookie and they're doing bare minimum, they're going to keep doing it.
She keeps referencing getting the cookie. Here's the thing about that whole bare minimum, like, conversation. First of all, that's triggering. The reason it's triggering is because that usually comes from women who have already been ruined. And because they're ruined, they're using this phrase to ruin other women, because when people get into relationships, they meaning both the man and the woman start to do the bare minimum, right?
Babe, if you miss this, I'm gonna divorce you.
Bare minimum, right? I mean, eventually the passion dies out, right? Eventually you realize this person has this much money, they can only do this or they can only do that. Therefore, the passion starts to die out. And then what do you have after that? The bare minimum on both sides. Meaning you won't even see her camera ready. You will not see this woman TikTok ready, YouTube ready, Snapchat ready. She will not be ready. You will see the real her. But all of us, right? The rest of the world, we will only see her camera ready. So keep that in mind, because that whole bare minimum thing, she was doing good until she went there, but there's more. Let's let her continue.
Attract who you are. When you look in the mirror and you see a beautiful woman, a hardworking woman, you see all these good qualities about yourself, a man is going to be attracted to that, and you're going to attract that type of man. And then just imagine when you have multiple men and you start catching feelings for them, because that's how women work. We think with our heart. Now we liking them. Eventually, we're going to lay down with them. If you're talking to 10 different dudes or 5 different dudes, out of them 10 or out of them 5, you're going to lay down with at least 3.
So what I do is I date multiples.
Okay.
And I keep my options open. That allows the person who believes he's the one to step up to the plate, because you already know there's competition. I make it known.
Yeah,
you know,
at least 3. And if you ain't sleeping with 3, you're sleeping with at least 2 of them. Why? Because women are curious.
They're definitely sleeping with more than that. Okay. I mean, let's just be honest here. Okay. The more we're honest with ourselves, the more progress we can make. If she's talking to 10 guys, I'm going to go ahead and say the number of guys that are smashing out of 10 is at least 4 or 5. Yeah, at least 4 or 5. But let's continue.
Sleep with 1, and now we're curious. I wonder if number 2 is better than number 1. The reason
Oh my gosh, this woman was spitting hot fire. Now, when she was talking about the rotations and the rosters of men, listen, if that woman is talking to 10 men, at least 5 of them are putting her through the mattress. 4 to 5. I'm saying that because of the curiosity that a woman has, right? She's not satisfied with the fact that, oh my gosh, this guy, wait a minute, let me try him out. And then she's gonna have a bad experience. And then she's gonna say, you know what? Let me double back to the other guy. But then she's gonna meet a new guy. And then she's gonna say, well, dang, I mean, he gave me a good date and we had a good time. You know, let me go ahead and let him smash. So now that's 3. Now, this may be a mid, right? So now she had amazing, terrible, now a mid. It's like, dang, you know what? I didn't really like him anyway. So if he continues to pay my bills, then cool. But guess what? Now the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th guy comes in, right? And listen, she's going to be testing out all of these guys because she's interested in knowing who has the best package. The only problem is she's going to be going based on her emotions, meaning she's going to catch feelings for someone. Now, the guy that she's going to catch feelings for is the guy that's going to be putting in the bare minimum. That's the guy that she's gonna want the most, because that's the guy that she's gonna have to fight for. She's gonna have to fight for his attention, right? See, one thing I had to learn recently, and I just recently went through something where I thought God delivered me like my dream woman, right? Now, what happened with this woman was the bedroom activities, passionate, fun, amazing, just like it was 17 years ago. This was a woman I was reconnected with. So when we got reconnected after 17 years, I was like, man, this is great. Oh my gosh, she still looks just as good as she did 17 years ago. That I talk about on Wall Watch, when we see women with gray hair, you know, the face starts to wrinkle, the beauty starts to fade. Not with this woman. This woman still looks the same, which makes me say, damn, what kind of upkeep, how much does her upkeep actually cost, right? Now, that woman actually works out 5 days a week. So with me saying that, it makes me say, okay, well, damn, what did I do wrong? What I did wrong was I was a little bit too excited. I took away her ability to work for me because I was so excited about her, it turned her off. Meaning, I'm like, okay, well, let me show her that I'm not nonchalant. Let me do some different things for this woman. And it just didn't work out. It just didn't work out. And then, let me tell you guys, I was mad. I was angry because I was like, man, all these other women that I'm constantly not showing attention to or not giving the attention that they desire, these women are coming after me even harder, right? So here we go with this situation. Why is dating trash? Dating is trash because of women and their expectations, but it's really because of the smartphone and social media. As long as that woman has a smartphone, you cannot trust her because she can easily get on a dating app. And there's a whole bunch of dating apps. All she has to do is choose one. Now, here's the other thing. Social media is the biggest dating app because people are pretending to be social. You have people on there that are on there for business, and then you have people that are on there for pleasure purposes. Guess what? The women that are on there are genuinely and generally on there for attention, which goes to the pleasure category, because what are they showing you? Breasts, booty, box. The three B's. Breast, booty, and box. That's what they're showing you. And the more that they show, the more likes that they get, especially if they come across somebody who has a following, and then all of a sudden they get with that guy. Now their following goes up. But guess what she does? She disrespects the guy who helped her get her following up. Now, here's the even more funny thing. The same thing happens when it comes to money, right? If you started off making all the money, but then somehow like you helped her get through school, or you helped her with something, but for whatever reason, she's now making more money than you, you're gonna have the same exact issue. She's gonna feel like she's better than you. And because she feels like she's better, she's gonna think that she can do better. And so what that means is she's gonna get back out here in the streets. Once again, getting back into the rotation, getting back into the roster, right? Once that happens, guess what? Dating has turned into your turn, my turn, your turn, his turn, and their turn. Everybody gets a turn. This is this is what we're living in. No matter what women say, this is exactly what we're living in. Now, how did women become brainwashed, or why are they brainwashed? In fact, here's a better question. Are women brainwashed, or are they caught up? I'm gonna say both. They are caught up in the hype of social media. They believe that the more likes that they get, that the more important that they actually are. Then you come across people who know nothing about you, and you're surprised, like, wait, you don't know who I am? Why? Because you're wrapped up in, or you're caught up in the emotion of social media and the things that you have posted on there. Now, for the women that are looking for attention, guess what? Seeing 100,000 likes on her on her post, oh my gosh, even 10,000 likes, oh my gosh, we're talking about ego blowing, like the ego just exploding out of control. Oh my God. The other thing that happens with social media is the comment section, where there's simps in there. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't do that to you. I would give you the world. You deserve it. You're a queen. I'd do anything for you. I'd risk it all, right? Now, these comments mean nothing until she gets into an argument with one of the 10 guys.
Care you? What am I here for? We just got back up.
Right? With one of the 10 guys, she gets into an argument with him. Now, guess what she refers back to? All of those comments. You're a queen. I would never do you like that. You deserve the best. I'd give you my all. I'd give you every dollar in my account. And some guys are actually doing it. So guess what? When you think that, okay, I got the girl, now I can kind of chill and I can kind of relax, you can't. You cannot, because you don't know who she's talking to. You don't know who's messaging her and who she's responding to. You have no idea. And the bigger her following is, the even worse this problem is, because now you don't know who she's interested in and who she actually has history with. Remember, I just told you guys about a woman that I thought was given to me from God, and we reconnected after 17 years. So just imagine, I'm not the only person going through that. I am not the only person going through that, especially with an attractive woman. Now, the good advice that this woman gave was get out of the streets, get rid of the rosters, be honorable, stand out, be a stand-up woman, right? Cherish yourself, right? And men will cherish you. This was the good advice that this woman gave, right? Be inaccessible. Here's the problem with being inaccessible. It's a myth. I did a little bit of research on her, right? Clicked on her profile just to kind of see what she had going on. 600,000 followers. Now, what that tells you is she has a big following on TikTok. But here's the thing. She is not inaccessible. In fact, she is way more accessible than you realize. Again, all it takes is a simple DM. Now, who knows what filters she has going on to where she only gets certain messages, but you best believe there is someone or someone's, meaning a whole bunch of guys who have her attention or whose attention that she's actually seeking, right? Again, you got to remember there's guys she's interested in and there are plenty of guys that are interested in her. If she gets dissed or when she gets dissed or when she gets replaced, now she comes to the guys that are into her. So she's picking out of that pool and settling for a guy. This is a classic thing that we're constantly dealing with as men that we don't want to deal with. The reason women think that they can do whatever they want is because they're constantly being told that. They're looking at previous relationships from mothers and fathers and grandfathers and grandmothers. They're looking at those things and not understanding how those people got to that point, meaning they needed each other, right? But the stories that they heard or the advice that they were given is go out and live your life. Go out and have some fun, girl, because this life is not fun. What life is could she be talking about? The stay at home or the be at home or the let's make it work type of situations where you get on each other's nerves? Yeah, that's the information that they've received and that's the information that they're acting upon. Here's the problem. This goes back to social media. You're upholding an illusion. You're pretending to be something that you're not actually not. You want to make it seem as if you're doing way better than you actually are because you want to be in those circles. You want to be in the rooms with the movers and the shakers. You want to make yourself seem much better. That way, when you do get somebody who has some clout, they have to figure out that you're either not the person or you are the person, right? Like they have to figure it out. But you can put on the illusion for a long time. You can pretend. This is why I keep saying, men, reinvent yourselves, become something new, adapt to dating. It has completely switched around. Yes, we cannot trust women with our hearts or our wallets, but we can trust them to be women, right? Break it all the way back down to your first animalistic nature, because this is where women are operating. This is why we see women walking around in lingerie. Remember, they're showing off the 3 B's, the breast, the booty, the box. That's what they're showing. Now, you get to see if this is something you want to turn with or if you want to turn away from. But regardless of what you do, make sure you get yourself together, get your mind together, get your body together, get your finances together. I was literally just having this conversation with my son. We talked about finances, what to do with a large lump sum of money. The reason why I made sure I had this conversation with my son is because this was completely different from when I was his age. When I was his age, what I was told was buy a house and get a car. Okay, I mean, it sounds, it sounds good, but here's an even better strategy. Get your first 100,000 into a particular dividend that's gonna pay you 5,000 to 10,000 a month or annually, or the stocks that I was talking to him about was literally the monthly stocks, the stocks that pay you per month, right? Focus on those stocks. That way you are constantly being paid out. Dating is easy. You got that money coming in, that's a drop in the bucket. And that's how we have to think, because these are the times we're living in. But I have a question for you. What do you think? Comment under this video. Remember, when you are watching these videos, you are becoming the best version of yourself. Now that this video is done, do me a huge favor. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.